for your final challenge? All right, ladies.
Let's go.
That's right, ladies. Today, you will be taking accountability.
It's over with.
Hell no. Okay, all right. That's where I draw the line. Y'all doing way too much, okay? You crazy? Who's taking action? I'ma head out, okay? Good luck, ladies.
And then there were two. Ladies, today's challenge, you will walk up to the table and take accountability. There's no time limit. The first person to do it takes home $100,000. Are you ladies ready? It's on you.
Let's go grab it, babe.
Everybody, welcome to Live on the Set with D. I'm Deanna and you are on the set with me, and welcome back. I appreciate you if you returned for any of my videos. I am so grateful for you. I appreciate it. Please subscribe. As you can see, your girl needs some help getting her followers up, right? But I just started, so slow and steady. I'd rather people be here organically and come so that way they can stay here. Learned that from Patty Jackson, WDAS Patty. Shout out to Patty Jackson. I watch her every day. She calls herself the auntie of pop culture. She's so sweet. Started watching her during the pandemic, and I'm gonna meet you one day too, Patty. Just let you know that I'm shouting you out because you just got such a sweet spirit. And I remember when she only had like 20,000 followers, and it just grew and grew and grew and grew. And I'm sure people that come back to watch every day, they stay organically. So, you know, you learn things from YouTube. So shout out to Auntie. I'm in Toya. They're hilarious. Please watch them. I'll definitely put their information below so you guys can catch them as well. Hello, what's going on, y'all? This is what, the fifth? This is the fifth episode? Go me. I'm excited. All right, so judging by the intro, you could already tell what the show is going to be about. We are talking about accountability. Don't turn off the computer. Do not go to another page, because we got to talk about this, y'all. And for my ladies, I'm sorry, y'all, but they saying we can't take accountability. They say, a lot of people saying that. That's what the street's saying. I don't know. You know, I know we like to think that like we the angels in the relationships, but that ain't always the case. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get into it, so don't even worry about it. I got y'all. And you know I'm gonna have, I don't even know, I gotta see what type of playlist I can have for accountability, but it's probably gonna be a lot of songs on here. But I wanted to get into different types of accountability. So I wanted to talk about relationship accountability. I wanted to talk about the accountability that you need to have with yourself in your career, your job, your day-to-day, right? Personal, of course. Community, and lastly, to God. Maybe I should do to God first, honestly. Let's do that. Let's do the accountability to God. I'm a Christian woman, don't come on here talking about Christians aren't free thinkers and this, that, and the third. Like, just stop yourself and log off of my page, because I don't want to go back and forth with people. Definitely not going back and forth with people, especially not about what I believe in as far as spirituality or, you know, Jesus Christ. That's my belief, and I can have that. We've come to a day and age where people can't believe what they believe, and people respect them for it. You don't have to buy into it. You don't have to try it out. Don't have to try it on. But yeah, we got into a place when you feel differently than other people, and they just want to go back and forth and argue and debate. I'm not debating with you, especially not over something that I know, that I felt, that I experienced for myself. So you could go get online and do that with a million other people. But anyway, I'm in my own Christian walk, and I'm not polished at all. Now my mother she could pray the walls down. You hear what I'm saying? I know when she pray that God hears her, like right then and there. If he busy, I know he stop it, because that's how much of a prayer warrior my mother is, right? Don't we all wish we could pray like that? I know I wish I could pray like that. I ain't got that gift. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that gift, but it's all good. God gives us our own gifts. But I'm thankful that I do have a praying mama, because I'm sorry, I'm gonna go out the frame. I'm thankful that I do have a praying mama, because honey, like I said, she'll definitely pray those walls down. So I wanted to get into what accountability. This is a regular definition to start with. Overall, I like my glasses. They are Bottega Veneta glasses. Yeah, they cost a lot too for no reason, but I mean, you gotta have a nice little frame. Shout out to my homegirl Emily Salon. She has the best glasses. She always has the best frames, sunglasses, eyeglasses. Anyway, accountable. Accountability derives from the word accountable, which is an adjective. Accountable, of a person, organization, or institution required or expected to justify actions or decisions. Semicolon. Responsible. Definition. An example. Parents could be held accountable for their children's actions, right? So accountability basically just means taking responsibility. That's really the gist of it, right? As easy as it is to explain, it's not that easy for a lot of people to do. I don't know why though. Like it's just like not an easy thing for people to either accept that they were wrong, or even if they were doing like the best thing that they could do, right, in the situation before they knew better, people still can't take accountability. I don't know why. I really don't. But I don't know. I guess I've learned. Maybe I was like that before, but I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue with apologizing to anybody. If I don't feel like I'm wrong in the moment, like of course, I might have to go think about it a little bit or whatever, and then I may come back, and then I don't have an issue with that. Maybe because I find myself to be very a very empathetic and sympathetic person, just overall, so yeah, it really doesn't bother me, but it bothers a lot of people. It bothers a lot of people. So I just wanted to talk about different types of accountability. So you have, like, if you are a believer, and you consider yourself a Christian, like we all in this walk together. I mean, we're not together. We all we're together, but separately on our own separate walks. And we fall and we trip all the time. Like what that song by a saint is just a sinner who fell down. I can't think of his name, but you know what I'm talking about. And got up. So as sinners we fall. God knows we're gonna fall short. You know what I'm saying? We know that, I think, but when we have the intention and integrity to want to do right, if that makes sense, I know, like, God has to see that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think it's as simple as you just gonna mess up and keep messing up, and you knowingly knowing that you're messing up, and it's just all good. Because at the end of the day, we're supposed to put God first. God, than our wives or our spouses and our kids. And that's what the Bible says, but that's kind of debatable because people put their kids first, whatever have you, you know, that's a hard one. But to each his own, to each his own for that. But it's supposed to be God, the wife or the husband, then everything thereafter. But anyway, what the Bible says about accountability, and this is just overall, I'm not going to get into like the personal accounts and everything like that because then we'll be here till tomorrow. But Hebrews 4-13 says, nothing in all creation is hidden from God's sight. Everything is uncovered and laid bare before the eyes of him to whom we must give account. So basically that's just saying, if you sit down here, just look at all these pastors and what's going on in all these churches. You know, I definitely understand why people are not going to church, but God wants us to go to have fellowship with other Christians and with him. When 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there in the midst, right? So, but I can understand why people are not going because there's a lot of stuff going on in church. I'm guilty of it. You know what I'm saying? I am guilty of it. Definitely definitely went back to my childhood church in Jersey City because I see the potential. I see things that could be done. But it's just not the things that are going on in the church. Me personally, if I'm going here to get spirit, to hear God, to, you know, get a release or to get a build up for myself. The last thing I want to deal with in church are politics, egos, entitlement. You know, a big thing in a lot of churches is the older generation don't want to pass the torch to the new generation. I don't know what they're going to do when they're in the grave, but you know, I guess they'll figure that out when they get there. But it's a lot. It's a lot that is going on. So, you know, like if you just don't want nonsense or you just don't, you know, want anything but God, that's why a lot of young people aren't going. It's a lot of hypocrites, a lot of all of this and that. But that's another video for another day. I can make a whole video about the church hypocrites, honey. Okay, so I'm not that Christian to say, because people ask, well, why all Christians? I don't know. I can't attest. I can't account for all Christians. I have no idea. I'm just trying to account for myself. You know what I'm saying? But don't put all Christians in the box, just like you don't put all Buddhists in a box. You don't put all Jews in a box. You don't put all, you know what I'm saying? So don't put us all. Please don't. Everybody on their own walk. Everybody trying to get right, you know, do the best that they can. Well, if you know, you have good intentions and a good heart, you're just trying to do the best that you can while you're here and do some good for some people, you know what I'm saying, and live your best life. At least that's what I'm trying to do. And help somebody along the way. As many people along the way as I possibly can help, right? But I will say, for all you people out here who calling themselves this and believers of God and good people and this and that, and you're deceiving and doing things that you have no business doing, and you pastors as well, yeah, God see that. All of that. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't care how pristine and clean you are in front of everybody. It's going to come out. And probably in the worst way, because, you know, you up there trying to be a shepherd, you know, to the Lord, trying to bring in the fly, honey. I feel for y'all, because y'all really out here showing y'all behinds in 2023 and beyond. But, you know, that's all I have to say with that. I just say, if you love God, then love God. You know, carry yourself as a lover of God. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be out here being Judah. And Peter. Don't be out here acting like that. But you know what I'm saying? I just feel like I'm not going to go into judgment and all that. That's not for me. Like I said, I'm on my own walk, honey. I'm not perfect by any means. But I do love God, and I try to be intentional about, you know, certain things that I do, even being obedient and coming on here and doing these videos. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's spiritual Christian accountability, right? And to lift each other up. We're accountable to pray for each other, to intercede, and pray crazy. I'll pray for somebody else before I really pray for myself. I get real quiet, you know, so thank God for the Holy Spirit. for intervening and interceding when I just don't even have the words to say. You know, it's crazy, but it does happen. But anyway, that's that accountability. Now I want to get into personal accountability. And personal accountability just, no, I ain't gonna get into personal accountability first. Wait. Should I? Okay, no. I'm gonna get into personal accountability first. Because at the end of the day, I find that if you can have accountability with yourself, it's very much easier for you to have accountability across the board with everything else, whether that be relationship, whether that be in your career, and your community. So let's talk about it. I don't know why. It's like I just can't get my... So I pulled up this article from Poise, and it's just 10 reasons why personal accountability is important, vital, imperative in life. And it's, as a leader, and not just a leader in professional, this could be you being a leader in your own life or you being a leader in a professional setting, right? Personal accountability is one of the most important traits you can possess. It allows you to take responsibility for your own actions and decisions, and it builds trust with people around you. It is easy to see the benefits of personal accountability, whether you're a CEO or just starting an entry-level position. You'll be a more effective leader, more effective person, because you can focus on your goals rather than defending yourself or, you know, being in denial. I'm going to get that definition too about being in denial, because a lot of people are. So what is personal accountability? Personal accountability means being responsible for your individual actions. Leaders and professionals should always be accountable for their decisions and the impact they have on others. Otherwise, they will constantly struggle to connect and build trust with other people. So it goes to, you know, you being able to take accountability. Like, I know a lot of people in position, once they get up there, it's hard for them to come back down for some reason. I don't know why. Like, I don't get people. Like, I guess when people get to a certain place, they feel like they work there, and that must mean that they've passed reproach for accountability. I'm really not sure. But it happens. 10 reasons why personal accountability matters, right? And it says you must assume personal ownership of your actions to be a good leader. By being personally accountable, you set an example for your team and show them that you take responsibility seriously. When you're a leader, when your team knows that you're willing to own up to your own mistakes, they'll be more likely to do the same. It creates a culture of trust and honesty, which is essential for any successful organization. Quick story. This is true. And before I even get into all the reasons, I'm going to tell you why it's true. Because when you can see, I feel like that's one of the biggest qualities of a leader. Of a leader is to be able to take a step back and receive information probably from someone, probably someone who's under them, probably someone who just has the information and knowledge on the subject matter that they may not have, right? I used to work, I have a background in TV, and I have a background in healthcare administration, right? So I used to work at NYU, Langone. I was there, and my manager at the time, if anybody watched this that I was working with, then y'all know that y'all know. I ain't gonna say his name, but I had a manager, and it's like he had to know everything. He had to be the one to disseminate the information. He had to be the one to bring the information. He had to be the smartest one in the room. And it's crazy because it was like him and all women. So, I don't know. And he just could not take, it's like we would come to him about certain things like we knew, and he just couldn't accept that. Like, we knew that the information had to come from him. Definitely not humble. You know what I'm saying? Probably wouldn't have been in that position if he wasn't a yes man. Literally a yes man. And somebody to put his foot down or take a, you know what I'm saying? I find a lot of people that they try to promote and put in certain positions are either yes men or somebody that's going to do their bidding for them and not really be here for the employee. So I don't respect it. And I didn't respect him either. But yeah, so I didn't respect his leadership because it's like, you can't even tell you anything because then now you're a target. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure people got stories all around. But anyway, I find that real leaders can take a step back and take information from their subordinates, or, you know, just be okay with not knowing everything, or be okay with knowing that they don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? And of course, and especially if information is coming from somebody from your team, we all in this together. Teamwork make the dream work, baby. But watch out for those people that gotta be, it has to be them. It gotta be them no matter what. Because those people will do anything to get to the top, honey. But they won't stay there though. But anyway. Here are some ways to just things as a person that you should hold on before you even get in. Hold no. Number one, why personal accountability matters, because it helps you lead by example. I just said, when people see you doing certain things and you're in a lead position, it's going to help them be more accountable. It's like people won't be so scared to own up to their issues or feel inadequate. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? We all have to grow. The saying is, you know better, you do better, right? And some ways to just be that, like to lead by example, is to be honest and authentic. That authentic word is thrown around so much, but it's something that a lot of people don't possess, authenticity, for some reason, or they so bent on wanting to be like somebody else, especially in this age of social media. Be yourself. Everybody else is taken. Be positive. It's a lot going on in the world, so I know that's a hard thing, but you gotta, in your bubble, in your spaces, you gotta just be as positive and look for the silver lining and the bright side of things, as opposed to the pessimistic thoughts or anything like that. Be humble. That's a big one. That is a big one. Be respectful and be responsive. Like, you know, be approachable, I think, to people. That's a big one. And number two, it keeps you consistent with your values. I believe that as well. It says when you're accountable to yourself, you're more likely to stay true to your values because you're constantly questioning your decisions and looking for ways to improve. By being accountable, you ensure your actions are in line with your beliefs and that you're always working towards your goals. It's important to have a strong sense of personal accountability if you want to be successful in your career. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind and lose sight of your goals. And when you're accountable to yourself, you're more likely to stay focused on your values and stay on track. Number three, it stops you from making bad decisions. When you're accountable to yourself, you're more likely to make smart decisions, since you're constantly thinking about the consequences of your actions and how they will affect your goals, how they will affect other people. As a result, you're less likely to make impulsive decisions that could lead to problems down the road. Yeah, I used to be real impulsive. I know I could still be, probably, especially if you piss me off. But yeah, I used to be real impulsive. Not real impulsive, but it's like emotionally, like if you really piss me off, like consult God. That's all I gotta say. Because as an Aquarius, I feel like I'm a nice person. Some people might not say that, whatever. I have a best heart, you know what I'm saying? And I'm usually like on the up and up, like, you know what I'm saying? But that other side, I pray for that other side all the time. Pray for me. I really do, but I ain't trying to go there. Nobody could bring me there at this point. Well, I'm not gonna say that because my mama and my man, honey. That's why I say bring me there every time. But anyway, all right. Being accountable to yourself helps you keep your word. When you're accountable to yourself, you're more likely to keep your word. This is because you're always looking for ways to follow through on your commitments. Being accountable creates sense of trust and reliability, both with your team and yourself. It gives you a support system. When you're accountable to others, you suddenly have a support system in place. People are there cheering you on, offering advice, and helping you stay on track. With the lack of accountability, it is easy to get off track and feel like you're going at it alone. Staying the course is much easier when you have people in your corner. I know you hear people saying that they either have accountability partners or accountability coaches, and that's just to keep them on track, to keep them in line with their goals, things that they said they want to do in life, to make sure they're hitting their quotas, to make sure they're hitting, hitting whatever achievements or goals that they said they wanted to make out. So sometimes people have other people to hold to make sure that they're doing that, and there's nothing wrong with that. It just says you're serious about what it is that you're trying to do, right? It helps you learn from your mistakes. Sometimes my eyes get blurry, and thank you for that healthcare career, because that's why I have these, looking at this computer. But anyway, it helps you learn from your mistakes. While no one loves making mistakes, being wrong now and again is actually good for us. According to science, a study from 2018 showed that after making a mistake, participants were more likely to be correct later. So, we're human. Humans make mistakes. It's okay. As long as you learn from your mistake, though. That's the thing. Learn from it. A lot of people out here making the same mistakes. We gonna get into that. We gonna get into that right after these. Being personal accountability also helps you make tough decisions. We all face tough decisions at some point in our lives. Some of us are better at making these decisions than others, but one thing that can help us all make better decisions is personal accountability. When we're accountable to ourselves, we're more likely to take time to consider all the options and make the best decision possible. We're also more likely to follow through on our decisions because we know we'll be the ones facing the consequences if we don't go as planned. Number 8, it stops you from getting egotistical, i.e. the boss that he knows everything, knew everything, child. Hey, I had to walk myself out of his office. I wanted his hand, his neck in my hands. Like, that's, oh God, thank God for growth. Thank God for growth. It stops you from getting egotistical. There's a saying that goes, ego is the enemy. And leadership, ego can be a major obstacle to success. When you're focused on your ego, you're not focused on what's best for the team. You're more likely to make decisions that benefit yourself rather than the people you're supposed to be leading. Hello? Didn't I just say that before? Okay. He ain't thinking about, ain't nobody but himself getting to the top. You know what I'm saying? Those are those types of people in those positions. They won't be there long. You gotta worry about it. That's why it's important to be personally accountable as a leader. When you're accountable, you focus on results, not yourself. You're more likely to make decisions that are in the best interest of the team, even if it means sacrificing your own ego. 9, it keeps you focused on your goals. One of the most important things you can do as a leader is stay focused on your goals. Personal accountability can help you do this by keeping you on track and ensuring that you're always working towards your goals. Have y'all seen me putting my glasses on? I'm trying to train my eyes to not, but it's just not working. I think the glasses are, I used to have 20/20 vision, so I'm having a moment. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's all good. It boosts your confidence, your self-confidence. When you're accountable, you're more likely to believe in yourself and your ability to lead. You're more likely to take risks, innovate, and inspire others to believe in you and follow your lead. That's very true, because before my self-love journey, healing journey, whatever, I would never get on here because I would be like, oh my God, if you're going to judge me, whatever, I could care less, because I know myself more. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm not like no guru sitting here or expert trying to tell nobody or judging anybody. I'm just trying to help somebody along the way with my life's experience that I've had up until now. You know what I'm saying? But had I not done that, my self-esteem, you know what I mean, probably would be in the gutter, or I'd be so worried, like, oh my God, what they gonna say? They're gonna talk about my eyebrows, and they're gonna talk about this and talk about that. I ain't got no makeup on, okay? So you don't do it. Yeah, she black, but let me get up in this camera so y'all can really see, like, because people are so, be criticizing and judgmental. You can't even have a good. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'd be going on these little rants. So, in conclusion, seeking personal accountability means that you're willing to take responsibility for your own actions and decisions as well as those of your team. This shows that you're committed to not just your success, but everybody around you. When you take personal accountability in yourself, you can tell you're taking an extra step that a lot of people can't take. So if you do hold yourself accountable at this point in life, clap it up for yourself. Clap it up for yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. Have you a nice little drink, glass of wine or something, like celebrate. Because a lot of people can't do it. So with that being said, I had pulled some clips. I had pulled some clips from the internet. Just different pages that I watch or whatever. And this is what they had to say about accountability. So here goes.
Point, do you step up and say, damn, this situation keep happening? It showed up in work. It showed up in my friendships. It showed up in my relationships. At what point do you hold yourself accountable and say, maybe there is a few things I need to work on within myself?
Whenever you step out of the victim mentality, that's when you can hold yourself accountable.
And I think because of social media, we just be deep diving in the victim mentality, finding the memes that fit our situation, posting, and making it make sense, knowing you on some.
Because what people do, and that's what we talked about the last time, what people do, especially when it comes to social media, is that they look for somebody to sympathize for their pain so they can validate their pain.
Absolutely.
And so it's really hard for you to point the finger at yourself, because if you can point at everybody else, and you can get everybody else to point the finger as well, and now you feel like you have a team of validation behind you rather than just calling yourself out.
Became better friends when we became accountable. That was a key to us being better friends. We started to be more accountable for our own actions and the negativity that we contributed to the relationship.
When you get to that space where you're able to take accountability and realize, you know what, I was wrong. But not only do I realize that I'm wrong, I'm going to let you know that I was wrong. And I'm going to apologize for that.
Yo, can you say that again? There are going to be some men listening to this right now, and they're going to say, my wife never tells me when she's wrong.
We can be a little headstrong, right? And we want to be right. And even if we're wrong, we want to be right. Okay. We don't want you to know that we're wrong. But once you're able to, mature and grow up and start to come into your a better understanding of yourself, then you're able to handle people in situations differently. But once you have that breakthrough, it's so like
less men who just want to be on the internet getting their shit off because their feelings are hurt. As men, we cannot expect to go far or have closer relationships with our women if we cannot take any accountability. All of this arguing, all of this back and forth on the internet about what women are doing wrong, if it's not about us getting closer to each other, then what are we doing it for? You cannot convince me that you really want to have a great relationship with a woman if you cannot then take accountability. If you are not able to take accountability, then you don't really want to love a woman. We need more men who actually want to love a woman because they understand how dope women are. And what's sad about that is even me saying that gonna make a nigga say I'm a simp.
And you do something and you know that you did it, but you don't want to take accountability. Don't create a whole lie, a different story to make yourself feel better. Don't do that, right? Because a lot of times, sometimes you'll do something and you know that you were wrong, but you'll create a lie and spread the lie just to make yourself feel better about what you did. When all you really need to do is take accountability. And then no one is hurt. No new lie has been told. Maybe your feelings is hurt because you did something and you feel bad about it. But instead of just admitting that, you went and created a whole nother story to make yourself look better and feel better. When all you had to do was tell the truth and hold yourself accountable. Let us all work on that collectively as a society. We deserve that, we need that, and we're worthy of it. Just a little accountability.
How many people do you know that are in relationships and it's never their fault? It's like never their fault, ever, 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 ever. Yeah, listen. And another reason why your healing journey and self-love is important is because if you do struggle with accountability, it'll help you see where you contributed to, probably your relationship's demise, or, where you probably just forgave too much and let things slide. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to be like, woe is me. You know what I mean? I'm the victim. He did it all. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't right. But what I realized is at 25, I was a very much different woman than I am now at age 37. That's very true. I was able to, what healing allowed me to do was able to come outside of myself, right? And see where I allow things to happen to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's not an easy thing. I wanted to beat myself up. I was just talking to my homegirl about this, girl, you swear you be the smartest person in the room and you dumb. You dumb and you gullible and you're naive and you don't even realize it. And I didn't realize it until I got out of the situation. Way out of the situation. So I was able to look back and reflect and see that, I ignored red flags. I saw mommy and daddy issues and I still stayed. Trauma bonding. Yeah, we're going to get into that too. We just weren't, I was okay with not really resolving the issue, but just putting a Band-Aid on it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us guilty of that. A lot of us are guilty. Women, I'm talking to my ladies. Y'all got to stop thinking y'all going to change a man just because you sweet and you're a nice girl and, it sounds good. Nobody's changing until they're ready to change, men and women. And if you're a man watching this, men, you can give a woman the world, the universe. But if you're not the man that she sees herself with, or she's not respecting you in the way that you need to be respected, she's not for you. And I'm saying that because women, we melt when a man is really doing what he's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's over. You know what I'm saying? So if that's not happening for you, just go. You know what I'm saying? Men and women. If y'all see these red flags about people early on, most likely they're not going to go anywhere and they are going to stay there, and you're going to have an issue. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have an issue and you're not going to like it, and you're going to find yourself in situation and be complaining about it. I wanted to read this meme. This probably went with personal accountability, but I'm gonna read it anyway. Next year will be exactly like this one if you don't learn the lessons. No, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna read it. Learn the lessons this year taught you. Address the issues in your relationships. Start being honest about what you want. Align your decisions with your purpose. Make your well-being a priority. Share your gifts with the world. Keep your promises to yourself. I thought that was nice. So we're gonna talk about relationships, accountability, and relationships. Lord. So yeah, women, they are saying that you have a serious issue with relationships. I don't know why, because I don't have that issue. I also haven't been in a relationship in a little while. As I'm on my self-love journey, I told y'all that and waiting for God to send Boaz my way. But okay, I want to speak on, like, I really don't even need to read nothing to talk about this. It's a lot of people in relationships, right? And I get that you love somebody. I get that you're in love, but everybody has seen what's love got to do with it. That's a real question when that's all it is. Like, if that's all it is because you love this person and you stand and you are not happy, you don't want to leave because, say, you 7 years in a relationship and it's like you'll be damned if you start over. You are selling yourself short. You know what I'm saying? You're selling yourself short. A lot of us fall in love with the representative. We fall in love with that honeymoon phase, that first 3 months, and it's like that's what we're chasing. You know, and it's so sad because it's like, I know this probably was the best 3 months you've ever had, and it's so like intoxicating and euphoric to like be in love or in that space where you feel like it's love with a person and it's mutual and y'all get each other, and I get it. I totally get it. But sis, but bruh, you have to understand that people are showing you who they are, whether you choose to believe it or not. Whether you're in denial, denial, this is a good time to pull up that definition, because I've noticed a lot of people are in denial about things, and I don't understand why, like, you know, but a lot of people are in denial. What does denial mean? The action of declaring something to be untrue. The refusal of something requested or desired. Like, a lot of us are in denial about our situations. And sadly, we're not making it better for ourselves, because if you stay in denial about a situation and you become content with it, right, you'll end up resenting that person, you know, in the long term, in the long run, after y'all on year 40, and it's nothing. Now y'all sitting around like just friends and don't have nothing but just comfort. You know what I'm saying? It's okay because y'all can pay the bills. Y'all do pretty good with paying the bills together. Or, you know, y'all done raise the kids, they out the house, and it's just like, I'd rather just deal with the devil I know than the one I don't. I want to know how that's serving a lot of y'all out here, because I see a lot of people in relationships and they staying in relationships, but they cheating on each other. I mean, out here cheating on each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, really got significant others. Some people know that their significant other has like a side piece, and they're okay with that. Ladies and men, and I'm gonna talk to my ladies first, because you gotta want better for yourself, sis. I understand it's crazy out here. Trust me, I know. Like, I really know that it's crazy time out here. Dating is not the same. It's very much different. You have your men, 2023, the 2023 man boy that I like to talk about. I don't like to talk about him, but he exists. And that's those men who like to be courted and taken out and chased and this, that, and a third. And a lot of us are, for desperation, we're falling for it. Like, we're allowing them not to call us and to, you know, to really show their interest in us as women, and we deserve that. And then we wonder why we get what we get. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are wondering why guys are ghosting. And if you're a woman who, like, women like to have sex too. You know what I'm saying? Like, women like to have sex. Maybe you're a woman, you ain't had sex in a while. You know what I'm saying? But yet, you meet somebody and you think he a good guy, but honey, don't do it. Don't do it, sis, because it's not worth. They're not going to see you, even if you are a great person, they're not going to see you like that, okay? I'm speaking from experience. They will not see you like that, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why healing, self-care, self-love is really important, because and honestly, having a relationship with God will sustain you. Like, it's crazy out here. Like, people are dealing with a lot. You know what I'm saying? And to each his own. Whatever you decide to deal with or be bothered with, that's your business, right? But what we have to start doing is being accountable. If you are ending up in the same kind of, you know, different person, same relationship, when's the last time you took time to be by yourself? And I'm talking about men and women. When's the last time you took time to be by yourself? Because usually when you're by yourself, that's the time that you try to figure out, well, you know, I did deal with this in this relationship, but I don't want to take this into the next relationship. You know, I was like this in that relationship with him, but I don't want to be like that. You know what I'm saying? To him, I did fall for him because of this, but I don't want to fall for him because of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what happens, because after every relationship you grow up and you're not the same person. But notice people who you know that get into these relationships, I call them the serial daters that never want to be by themselves. And they end up falling for the same person every time, because it's like, since you dating the same guy just in different packages, you really are. And that's the thing. And it's like, I know I want something different. I want something I ain't even thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be in a relationship and be fulfilled. I want to be with a man that can correct me with like grace, and I want a man to correct me and me like get turned on by it. You know what I'm saying? like that. Like somebody who just like loves me, you know, gonna be a good father to my kids, gonna be a great companion. And also we gotta think about how we choosing them, because I know everybody likes the fly, the tall, dark and handsome. Y'all tall, dark and handsome need to get it together. For real too. And I think they know they want it, and so they really act the fool. Y'all got the dark skins out here acting light skin. Got the light skins acting dark skin. That's how I got. It won't happen again. It won't happen again, but you know, like we have to see past, especially when you get to a certain age. It's one thing when you're younger, you just learning, you growing up. But as you know better, you have to do better. And a lot of us are not doing better. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of you women, a lot of us women, they feel like even if the guy dogging them out and doing this, that, and the third, you done had a kid by him, probably got 2 kids by him, probably got 3 kids by him, and decide to stay in a relationship. Because you feel like if you just hold on, that strong black girl, there we go, that strong black girl syndrome, you just hold on like you here for struggle. You are not here for struggle love. You do not deserve struggle love. Nobody deserves it, man or woman. And I don't know what type of prize you holding yourself out for if he done been with the community, honey. The community. He here for the streets. She here for the streets. Yet you get married to him or her at the end and you won, I guess, huh? That was all the glitz and the glam. But just think about that. How many people you know like that? And be happy, like, yeah, I got that ring though. Girl, you ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting nothing but community D, and that's it. And he gonna stay for them streets. You know what I'm saying? With men, you know, I know when you lay down with women, you don't really know how decent of a mother some of these women are gonna be, but most mothers will let you know. A sister, somebody gonna let you know. So you know, y'all men, y'all, you know, tend to think sometimes when the blood is rushing to that other head. I know it's hard to focus, but y'all gotta do better, because some of these women don't need to be moms. You know, they just don't. They just don't. I feel bad for these kids, because you can just see what's going on in the schools. You know what I mean? I don't even, you don't take my word. What do I know? I'm not a mother, right? But I know what's going on in these schools. I know I have a friend, and I have friends who work in the school system, and I know these kids are not being taken care of properly. How do I know that? Because my friend calls, and I have to let her vent because she's in a stressful environment and a stressful place. And I had to bring, you know, I didn't have to do it, but I know some of her kids are just experiencing some hygienic issues. And I thought that was just so sad, because I know if I ever went to school like the smelly kid or anything like that, my mother would have got on my behind. You hear me? It was unacceptable. So me and my heart, I just went and bought a whole bunch of, like, you know, hygienic stuff to keep in the classroom. keep in the closet. They don't even have to say nothing or ask for it. Let them just go get it when they can, because the last thing you should be thinking about is, like, but some of these mothers, some of these women out here think these kids like basically stop their party, when it's like, sis, that child didn't ask to be here. So what are you talking about? And yes, your life is supposed to stop to an extent to raise your child to a point where you can continue, like, but when that baby comes, it's all about that baby. So I don't get it. Like, mama gotta have a life. Like, I get mama gotta have a life, but you have a responsibility to this child. Even in the example for accountability, it was like, parents should be accountable for their kids. Hello? But so guys, you got to do better. Like, we're choosing these women, honestly. And if you feel like you're a man that's going to want more, it's a lot of women out here that are looking for men of substance. A lot of men looking for women of substance. And I find that we are out here. I think we need to just back up from social media. And I feel like we can get back to actually engaging each other and knowing each other and not getting in these microwavable relationships, and then you mad because now you ain't really like homegirl and you got a whole situation. Who is it to be held accountable? You can't hold that person accountable. You have to, at some point, yeah, they're a bad person, you wish you knew, but you contributed to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's kind of the whole thing with relationships. Like, to me, I don't really know. I'm trying to see if I got anything else to add to that. Hold on. It's crazy. But people don't see it like that. I think people find it easier to just be like, he did this to me, or I stayed with him and he didn't do that. But since you saw the red flags, though, and you decided to stay, you know what I'm saying? Like, you decided to stay. Like, you knew that he didn't have a good relationship with his mother, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had an issue with drugs and now it's out of control and now he beating you up and he on drugs. But you knew that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's we, and I guess that's the hard thing that people, I guess that's the hard thing that people grapple with, like, accepting that they actually played a role in certain things. You have enablers, people who enable people to be in certain situations, and they may feel like they're doing the best thing for them at that time, but you still enable them. Be accountable for what you did. You know what I'm saying? So, you got men out here, y'all, this sex, money, drugs culture, right? Everybody swear they on Instagram all day. A lot of guys introducing women to this lifestyle. You go to a club or a lounge, you see the bottle girls and the strippers. Like, you can find them in a regular club these days or whatever, right? And like, say you meet a woman and you maybe you meet a woman, she quiet, and you introduce her to that, right? So y'all going out and partying, and it's all good when it's all good. But what if now, like, I want to settle down now? Homegirl is out there. And you introduced her to that, so you got to be okay with that. She for the streets now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be as honest as I possibly can. Just thinking of different scenarios, because I know we do tend to get in situations, and a lot of them are messed up, and nobody deserves it. But in order for you to do better for the next situation, for your next situation to be your best situation, you gotta take accountability. Like I said, it wasn't easy for me. Like, it wasn't. I wanted to fight myself. I wish I could go back and fight my younger self for the stuff that I dealt with, and the things I didn't even think about, things I wasn't even thinking about. And the things that I let slide because I just wanted peace. You know what I'm saying? Just didn't want to be going back and forth. Or I didn't want to seem like that girlfriend. What? Razor blades and lemon juice, okay? razor blades. No, but it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. I probably sat here and cried, about it. Like, oh my God, like how gullible was I? Me? Not me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, me. Yeah, me. And I think it's something, vulnerable about being able to just say that and be okay with it. You know what I'm saying? And also being able to apologize. Accountability, taking accountability for your actions and apologizing are two different things. Let's just be clear about that, because I know people hold those two together. So let's just accountability and apologizing. Taking accountability is you basically just taking accountability for your actions, the role that you played in said situation, right? Now, when you apologize to somebody, you can apologize, but you apologize and saying that you're sorry for what happened to somebody. You can apologize and still turn around and do some nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So I think when you take accountability for it, it's more like, I accept this. I know what I did. I'm not just saying I apologize just to shut you up and now we could go jump in the bed and have makeup sex, right? No, accountability is really you taking your role in it. You know what I mean? That's what it is you taking your role in this situation. Like, we broke up, this happened with us, but we had a baby because, I wanted to read this. It says, the truth is healing. The truth is healing. The truth is healing is a beautiful disaster. The high and lows flow through you. I've cried, I've laughed, I've loved, I've lost, I've won. I've shed many painful tears, but then happy tears started to flow. Learning that I've always been enough, learning to look at life with a gentle heart, expressing gratitude has led me to strength, learning to have compassion towards myself and others that led me to view life a little more sweet. We are all human. We are all learning. Be gentle with yourself and with others. And with others. That's just about when you heal and you come to a place where you can give yourself the grace that you didn't know. You only did the best you could while you could in that situation. And give the other person some grace too. Even if you don't deal with them no more. Even if you decide to talk to them not to talk to them, or just seeing what kind of person they really were and you didn't see it. You don't have to ever talk to them. They don't need no closure. You don't need none either. But, give them some grace of being where they were as well in the situation. Now, if that other person's still out here doing what they're doing to people, you don't got to worry about that. God gonna get them. They spin that block. You know what I'm saying? Most likely they still out here just doing what they do, right? You reap what you sow. That's in the Bible too. It's in the Bible too. So that's all I really have to say about relationship accountability. Just being accountable in a relationship means acknowledging the effect your behaviors have on your partner and owning how you contribute to the negative cycle. A relationship is a two-way street. It's never one person's fault that a relationship has not worked or is not working. So it takes two, baby. That's all I'm saying. All right, so we did relationship, we did career, personal, we did God. Let's talk about with your career. All right, so this ain't gonna be long. A lot of people are in situations and positions with employers, and I understand if you've been somewhere for a long time and you may just be close to like retiring, your pension, that's different. Thug it out. Like, if you're close to retirement, just thug it on out. But as you can see, a lot of young people are not staying at jobs. And you know what? My millennials, and I commend us, because we're definitely not our parents. My my mother gets on me. If I'm not working, honey, she can't deal with it. She can't deal with it. Even if I got money, I get to stay myself, I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to stress about it because I know I have skill sets and I have things, but I also know my worth, and I'm not going to stay in a position and be belittled or be condescended, talking to in a condescending way. If I'm not valued, if my work ethic is not, it doesn't have to be acknowledged, but it should be appreciated. You know what I mean? Like, if a situation isn't serving you at work, you have to have the belief in yourself that you have a skill set that you can pick up and you can move on elsewhere. People are stressed out at these jobs, and it's because they're not happy. Their bosses are talking to them all types of ways. I wish somebody would. I done told my supervisors that I fire myself before somebody gonna think they're gonna come and talk to me crazy. You're not gonna talk to me crazy, because at the end of the day, who are you? You're not God. You're not gonna talk. You're not. I don't even care if you're my employer. You're my manager. So what? You think you can talk to me crazy? Try it. And people have tried, and they all got checked too. Because at the end of the day, I'm not your daughter. Don't talk to me crazy. I'm not inferior to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being respected here. I'm gone. Several times. And I'll never have an issue. Because at the end of the day, you got to choose yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to know your worth. I've seen a lot of people, slaves to their jobs. Like slaves to, and just let their employees talk to them any type of way. You don't deserve that from anybody at all. I feel like respect is given at the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect you, you respect me, but if I feel disrespected any type of way, I'm going to have a conversation with you, and I don't need to get my supervisor to have a conversation. I'm grown. That's how I feel. I'm not telling you to take my approach, because people don't like the direct approach. They don't like it. And especially if you're black, honey. They don't like it at all, because then here comes the aggression. Here comes the aggressive black girl. You never hear nothing like that about white men. You see white men throw stuff across the you've seen this. I know people seen this. Like, you don't hear that about them. They're assertive and they're bossing and they're just taking charge. Don't try it. That's all I gotta say. So you gotta want better for yourself, and you have to believe that this is not your at all end all. Like, you don't deserve any type of abuse or harassment on the job. And most of the time it seems like these jobs are for each other. There's nobody ever there for the employee, even HR at times. But you don't deserve you don't deserve anything for being withheld from you because somebody's in power. Then you got to watch the people that the people in authority, the supposed leaders that have never even sat at the cool table before, because they got a chip on them. They got a chip on their shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they get into these positions of authority and they just go haywire. They abuse it. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to treat people. And it happens a lot. And I see people, you don't even know how many people at work I've tried to uplift and say, don't let them talk to you like that, girl. Speak up for yourself. Because if you keep letting them do that, he's going to keep on taking advantage of you, right? So I don't hold the people. I guess you can hold the corporation accountable for not making sure their employees have an outlet for that not to happen. But at the same time, that's kind of a self-esteem. I think it's kind of a self-esteem thing, because I feel like you should be able to approach anybody and talk to them about anything. But also, people don't like when you're not intimidated by them. Oh, that video coming. That workplace video is coming. Especially with the corporate America and the black girls and the white fragility. Oh, we are getting into it. But that's another video for another day. So don't ever let anybody make you feel less than when you know what you bring to the table as far as work. You know what type of worker you are. You know you're diligent about doing your work, and you're constantly having somebody pull you down. Like, that's not the place for you. There are workplaces even more so, and I'm talking about for people, regardless of whether you want to do, whether you find yourself being a black girl at work and you're not being respected because you wear braids or you wear earrings and people can't take you and your Black authenticity, whether you are just whatever situation that you're in, if it's not serving you, you have to believe, pray about it, believe that you can go elsewhere and be more embraced, accepted, celebrated in your field, doing work that you love to do. Like, I don't feel that we should be in places where we're unhappy and staying there and they're giving them 25 years of our lives and they're going to cash out an insurance policy on you and not even send no flowers to your funeral, not even say condolences to your family. This is what they do. And we slave and work for these people and you barely get a bonus or a raise. It's sad. No better, especially if you've been somewhere forever, college degree or not, experience counts. Because I've talked to people, oh, I don't have a degree. So what? Bachelor's degree is like a freaking 8th grade diploma, I feel like, at this point. So who cares? Most jobs are going to train you anyway. So just go and do it. Okay? Just go do it. And don't be letting nobody put you down or make you feel less than or put you in a box that you got to go there and can't be yourself. And I get professionalism. I'm not saying don't be professional because you can't go anywhere speaking slang and ebonics and you know what I mean? I'm talking, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And we're going to get into that another day. So, see, that was easy. That was easy. That's easy for me. But wait, okay, no. I did have an article I wanted to... No, I don't even need it. It's fine. It's all good. So lastly, I just wanted to speak on community. And what I want to say, and I say community because I have a girls organization. It's called Violet Dreams Girls Empowerment Organization. Girls Empowerment and Awareness Organization. And, you know, me dealing with my childhood trauma is why I wanted to start Violet Dreams. It's no secret that I've said, you know, my dad wasn't in my life. My father came back into my life when I was 22, literally pulled over on an intersection. And my sister's 6 years older than me. So she has a better recollection of my dad. And she's like, are you such? Pulled over in a gas station. And the last time I remember seeing my father before that, I was 6 years old. So yeah, I was 22 when that happened, when I met him. But I started Violet Dreams, and the reason why I started it is because I never wanted any girls who went through any type of adversity. I wanted them to be able to reach their highest potential still. So whatever adversity they've been through, whether their father wasn't there. And I also wanted them to feel seen, loved, and heard, and valued. Because I find, I don't care how many times people told me, oh, pretty black girl with the long hair. Pretty black, y'all, if I could count how many times I heard that, I would be a billionaire. That translated into money. But when it's not coming from where you want it to come from, it doesn't land as well as people would think, right? So I started that because I wanted young girls to not feel that. You know what I mean? To not feel that emptiness that I felt, to not feel those voids that I felt, to not be looking for answers that they're probably not going to get, and to early on try to develop them and get them in a mindset that they are worthy, they are everything, they are, you know, capable, they are valued, they're loved, they're supported, right? And I felt like that was my responsibility. Like, God put it in my heart. That was my responsibility to the community. You know what I'm saying? Try to save some girls. Can't save everybody, but if I can save one or two, then, well, you know, I'm good with that. And I also started like women support groups and doing like little community stuff or whatever. Things that I want to talk about, people ain't ready for. Obviously, that's why I had to start this channel, because, you know, when they get deep, people can't deal with that. A lot of people, and that's why a lot of people don't choose to go the route of, you know, like self-care and reflection of yourself, because some people can't handle it. That's why a lot of people will continue to suppress things in life, and that works for them. You know, they're never going to go to therapy, or therapist is going to try to hold them accountable, and they're going to walk up out of there because they can't take it. But anyway, community. I feel like if you are that person that wants to do what God put something in your heart to do for the community, it's kind of like you should get that done, because it's something that he put in you that's waiting for, other people are waiting for, right? People tell me this all the time. So I'm just telling you what they telling me. Like, somebody told me I had to get on here and start talking because I've been dragging my feet long enough. You know what I'm saying? And aside from just community things, like as far as black people, y'all know that nobody's going to save us, right? Nobody's going to come and give us what we need to be given ourselves. Like, we are capable of educating each other. We're capable of like keeping our communities and keeping the gentrifiers out, but yet we let them come in and we let them do anything, and then we're reactionary to it. And by the time we're reactionary, it's kind of too late. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want nobody saying nothing to your kids. They bad as hell. Okay, they bad. You can't say nothing, can't correct them. The parents want to come fight. It's ridiculous. Well, you got these teachers and they're busting they behind. Like, community. We need to get back to community. Like, we need to hold ourselves accountable and get it together, because I don't know what's happening, at least in the inner city. You know what I'm saying? So if you're watching this and like, oh, not my community, I'm talking about Jersey City, New Jersey, honey. That's what I'm talking about. So, and I know a lot of people from the inner cities can relate. It's just a lot of shallowness and superficiality going on that I do not subscribe to, and I don't want to be a part of it. Which is why I'm going to a new community very soon, very, very soon. So we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I think that's it. I think we kind of got everything, guys. So let me know. Listen, I'm gonna place the articles. I'm gonna put some articles down here. I'm probably not gonna do no songs, but I just want to talk about accountability. And also, lastly, I know I should have put this with relationships, right? A lot of y'all out here dating people that are younger than you, right? And I'm not talking about somebody that's 5 to, I don't know, let's say 5 to 7 years. That's not bad, right? 5 to 7 years younger. I'm talking about a lot of you guys out here dating younger women. Y'all dating these younger women, right? Because y'all want bunny rabbits. And that's fine. That's cool. That you want a bunny rabbit, but it's like at some point a homegirl is gonna grow up and she's gonna want more, because that's your reasoning for not dating women your age is too much baggage. You can't stay 18 forever. You're gonna have to grow up. If you're dealing with somebody of a certain age and you're of a certain age, so say if you're dating a 25-year-old and you're 40, yeah, it's good till it's not good, right? Because the immaturity is what y'all like, because they obviously don't have real issues. Not saying a 25-year-old doesn't have real issues. But what I'm saying is she's going to grow up. So when she's 30, you'll see. Or don't complain when you can't have those conversations when you want to be serious or whatever. Like, be accountable for what you chose. And women as well. Like, be accountable for what you chose. And stand 10 toes down on it, because at the end of the day, you have to take responsibility for your role in the situations. Like, I know everybody don't like to grow up. A lot of people like to stay in their prime, right? But staying in your prime keeps you stagnated. It keeps you hindered. It keeps you hesitant. It keeps you procrastinate. It keeps you immature and looking crazy out here, for real. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. You know, just looking crazy. You know, to dare talk about somebody that's your age has too much baggage. Like, I mean, as we grow up, and you don't know what people dealing with. A lot of people are releasing their baggage. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all out here blocking y'all blessings because you don't want to grow up and mature. Because you're going to age either way. You're going to age either way. And a lot of you men out here drinking that alcohol every day. So I hope you're ready to take accountability for your liver when it starts acting up. That's all I'm saying. I just had to throw those in there because I digress. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. I know this, let me know your thoughts, and we will be back here with another video. Another video really soon. But yeah, I had to talk about that accountability because people Nobody wants to, that word is scary for some folks. Accountability, that video was funny, right? In the beginning. Women, y'all gotta stop. I ain't know we was out here like that. Like, listen, thank you for joining me again for another video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see, what you want to talk about. I'm just a work in progress, so don't come on here judging me, because I will let you know about yourself. But anyway, I appreciate you all for joining me, and I'll be right back here live on the set with D, and I hope you join me too. Y'all have a good one. Stay blessed and hold yourself accountable. Accountability is the word, folks. Accountability is the word for the week, okay? Accountability. That's the word. Y'all be good.